I moved to a small town in Wisconsin less than a year ago, and I'm lucky I have this hiking trail that connects right to the parking lot of my apartment. And I've been basically using the trail every morning, get out and do a hike. And on these hikes I've noticed quite a variety of wildlife almost every time, something new. I've seen mink, bald eagles, green herons, belted kingfishers, snapping turtles, just the general prairie birds as well, a bunch of warblers. So this morning, woke up 5 a.m. before the sunrise. Now we're headed out to camp out, wait for golden hour and see if we can get some wildlife shots. The temperature has dropped a lot overnight. It is 29 degrees, but that means that there's steam coming off the creek, so maybe that'll add to our chance of a really cool shot. And I don't even know what I'd be most excited about. I think the mink. I think it'd be really cool if I could get a shot of the mink hopping along the shore like I've seen her. I woke up nice and early to be able to set up like I am now. I'm about a half mile into the start of the trail. I'm able to set up right on the banks of the creek looking downstream, with the sun will be rising on my right. And anything downstream from me that decides to pop out, whether it's kingfishers or birds or hopefully like the mink, will have some nice golden light streaming in from the side. And I think it should provide some quality light for some really good wildlife shots. Golden hour has started, and I've already been surrounded by sparrows and warblers and blackbirds, so I think at least I'll get a few shots of some little passerines. Two wood ducks just cruised right by, flying low over the stream. Even if I saw them coming, I don't know if I would have had any chance of getting those guys cruising, but that would have been really cool. But it's really cool to know that they're around. I have not seen any wood ducks here yet. I've had a lot of little birds hanging out. What's nice about the spot that I have set up here is I have this open bank that not only is getting the golden hour sunlight, but the reflections off the water are giving that wavy, watery light on the birds as well. Especially a place that's easily repeatable, that I could come to over and over again. I'd rather set up for a home run than take another average wildlife shot. Because I have tons of average looking wildlife shots and they're very forgettable. So I would rather set up and try and get something really good versus have more chances at different wildlife species, but they're all kind of average. I've had an oriole and a cardinal setting high up in the tree, but neither of them were getting close enough or clear shots for me to get anything good. I saw a muskrat. I've seen trout breaking in the water. Overall, it's just, at the very least, this is very encouraging. You know, this trail and creek basically connect to my apartment, so I could be out here every morning, every afternoon, and just keep trying, you know, and keep setting up for home runs, and hopefully one of these times, just being patient, I'll get something really good. I just had one of the ideal scenarios happen when you're out shooting wildlife. It's always best to get ahead of the wildlife, and it's not like I'm stalking and putting myself ahead of where I know they're going to be going, but by positioning myself upstream, I figured that there will be some, I was hoping to mink, but maybe kingfishers or other birds working their way upstream, and that just happened with a yellow warbler. And it was perfect as he started off about 50 feet away, and I tried to get some shots because yellow warblers are such a bright color that they really stand out, and I noticed him right away. But he kept hopping closer and closer, and eventually I was able to get some really cool shots of him right across the bank, which is only about 12 feet away. It's always great when the animals are willing to audition for you, giving you their best sides and different takes, so I'm really happy that we got that warbler. Golden hour's over, so I decided to just hike for a little bit. This hiking around, taking pictures of songbirds, that's how I actually got started in photography. I grew up hunting and fishing, and for a long time as a kid I really thought hunting was going to be my future. I just loved being out there so much. When I moved to the city, I stopped hunting, but I still had the urge to go outside. And for a while, hiking was good enough, but I started to miss the objective, having a goal when you're out there to complete. So I'd go out birding. Well, eventually that led to me buying a cheap entry-level camera, Nikon D3200, and taking pictures of the birds I was seeing on my hikes. But that's where the name Shoot and Release comes from, is I found my photography to be a replacement for hunting. And it reminded me of going fishing and not keeping what you catch, which is called catch and release. And I thought, well, this is kind of the hunting version of that. I'm shooting and releasing. I'm back for some more wildlife photography in the afternoon. Before I could even start filming, the bald eagle flew over. I was able to get a shot of her flying by. And it's a good thing too, because I came out here and I saw these nice partly cloudy skies. It seemed like a good chance of getting good golden light as the sun starts to set. But then I noticed to the west what's coming of the storm front is already here. And you can see it's pretty overcast, so unlikely to get any great light for the night. But with little hope of great light, I guess I'll just hang out in case something miraculous happens. I mean, I already got pretty lucky with the eagle flyby, but who knows? Maybe the mink will show up, and it'll be riding a fox, and the mink fox cavalry will be chasing down a whooping crane or something. I don't know. Anything could happen. So I'm gonna hang out at least till close to sunset. Just saw a pair of wood ducks fly by again, and I was able to just bring up the camera fast enough to snap a shot, and I got the hen. But they are so far away, and it's all shadowy light. It is really a pretty terrible picture, but it does confirm what I was already 90% sure, that I saw wood ducks flying earlier this morning. Now I got a picture, was able to look at it close, and it was definitely a hen wood duck. So I'll put those on the checklist of species that I'd love to capture out here on this creek. Oh, it's just non-stop action out here. Literally, as I was finishing that last sentence, wood ducks made another bank, still way too far, I never would have got shot, but then the bald eagle flew almost right over me, and I threw the action camera down to pick up my wildlife camera, but way too late, and she is long gone now. But that's one, I know that bald eagle has been out here. It's the third time I've seen her out here in like 2 weeks, so I'll get plenty of shots. decide to head in well before sunset. The clouds are definitely not going to break. I'd say it's less than a 1% chance of any sort of sunlight for the rest of the evening. And I've got things I could do to be productive at home, so I'm going to head in. Now I've added to my hit list for out here wood ducks. I'd like some better pictures of the eagle and the cranes that I know are around. It's always worth getting out, just seeing what little songbirds show up. But number one, still that mink. I love taking pictures of birds. I'll always do it, but I really could use some more mammals. And mink are usually pretty secretive. I've only seen a handful in my life, so that would be probably the most exciting capture out here. But with the day done, here's all the pictures from day one out here on the creek.